Ladies, if you are looking to make extra cash, this is it. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel, where we flip trash into treasure. And today we are going to be talking about how to organize a gift basket like a pro. So whether you have a family member or friend that needs to send a gift, or maybe you are a business owner that wants to start offering gift baskets, I'm going to show you how to take what you already have around your house, including all of those pesky dollar store finds, and turn them into something beautiful. I will also be providing some womans with some amazing character traits so that you can see what type of woman would look good in which type of basket. Now, before we get started, ladies, I want to encourage you to take out a piece of paper and write down the occasion, who the gift is for, and your budget. For example, you may need to purchase a few items, but writing it down will help you stay on track and not overspend. All right, let's get into it. Our first scene is called the thoughtful gift. This gift is perfect for when someone just needs a little pick-me-up. Or if you want to congratulate them on an accomplishment. You can also do this for new teachers, nurses, firefighters, police officers, military members, or even co-workers. For our thoughtful gift basket, we will need a medium-sized basket, newspaper or tissue paper, scissors, tape, a jar or glass container, and a variety of items to fill your basket, such as a nice scented candle, hand lotion, tea-like candles, gourmet popcorn or candy, bath bombs, and or face masks. Now, depending upon your budget and the occasion, you could add or subtract items. You will also want to select a color scheme. Now, I went with soft neutral colors, since this gift is more for a female. If this were for a male, I would choose darker colors or colors that represent his favorite sports team or hobby. Now, let's get organizing. To begin, I laid out all of my items and sorted through them by color. Then I found the perfect jar or glass container to hold my goodies. I chose to use a tall-walled glass jar that I had previously used to store homemade jam. After washing and sanitizing the jar, I began filling it with the items that I chose. Now, you don't want to fill it all the way to the top because you will still need room to layer in the shredded newspaper or tissue paper. For this gift basket, I chose to use white tissue paper. After filling the jar about 2/3 of the way, I then tore up some of the newspaper and or a tissue paper and placed it at the bottom of the basket. Next, place the jar in the middle of the basket. Surround it with more torn pieces of newspaper or tissue paper. Here you can fluff it up a bit to make it look pretty. Try not to smoosh anything together. You want everything to look nice and neat. At this point, you can then place any larger items that you have around the outside of the basket. Then continue to fill in any gaps with the remaining newspaper or tissue paper. Lastly, place a nice bow on top. Women's characters for this scene. We have 3 women in this scene. The first one is the stay-at-home mom. She is a devoted mother who enjoys organizing and decorating her home. She loves creating thoughtful gifts for her children and their teachers. She takes pride in her ability to make even the simplest gestures feel special and cherishes the moments when her children and others appreciate her thoughtfulness. The second one is the corporate climber. She is a driven and ambitious individual who is dedicated to her career. Despite her busy schedule, she always remembers to show appreciation to those around her with small tokens of gratitude. Her colleagues and friends admire her thoughtfulness and depend on her to organize office parties and celebrations. The third one is the retired teacher. She is a kind and generous individual who has spent her life shaping young minds. Even in retirement, she remains passionate about education and supporting the next generation of teachers. She takes every opportunity to mentor new teachers and show them the rewards of the profession. Our next scene is called the Pamper Yourself gift. This gift is perfect for a birthday. or to simply show someone how much you care. For our Pamper Yourself gift basket, we will need a medium to large size basket, newspaper or tissue paper, clear sticky tape, decorative tape, scissors, a wooden spoon or chopsticks, a glass container or bowl, bath bombs, bubble bath, a scented candle, lotion, facial masks, and/or a plush robe and towel set. You can also add in other items such as socks, gourmet snacks, or coffee. Again, depending upon your budget and the occasion, you can add or subtract items. Now let's get organizing. To begin, I again laid out all of my items and sorted through them by color. Now I grabbed my glass container or bowl and began filling it with the goodies that I chose. I filled it about 2/3 of the way and then added some torn pieces of newspaper or tissue paper on top. This is optional, but I then grabbed my wooden spoon or chopsticks and used it to make a design in the middle. Next, grab your medium to large size basket and line it with newspaper or tissue paper. Place the bowl in the center of the basket and surround it with additional torn pieces of newspaper or tissue paper. Fluff it up to make it look pretty and fill in any gaps with the remaining newspaper or tissue paper. Place any larger items, such as the plush robe and towels, socks, gourmet snacks, or coffee around the outside edge of the basket. Now you can go back and fill in any gaps with the remaining newspaper or tissue paper. Lastly, place a nice bow on top. Women's characters for this scene. We have 4 women in this scene. The first one is the stay-at-home grandma. She is a loving and caring grandmother who enjoys spending time with her family. She loves to spoil her grandchildren and great-grandchildren with pampered gifts that make them feel loved and appreciated. She finds joy in watching them relax and enjoy the gifts she has so thoughtfully put together. The second one is the single professional. She is an independent and successful individual who values self-care and relaxation. After a long day of working, she looks forward to unwinding with a nice hot bath and pampering herself with luxurious products. She appreciates the thoughtfulness of a well-curated pampered gift basket. The third one is the new mom. She is a tired but overjoyed new mother who is adjusting to life with a newborn. She loves receiving pampered gifts from friends and family who understand the demands of motherhood and want her to feel appreciated. The fourth one is the spa day gift. It's a perfect gift for a birthday or just because. She is a true extrovert who thrives on social interaction and attention. She loves being pampered and enjoys showing off her luxurious gifts to her friends and family. Our next scene is called the foodie gift. This gift is perfect for someone who loves to eat or drink. You can also customize it based on the person's dietary restrictions or preferences. For our foodie gift basket, we will need a medium to large-sized basket, newspaper or tissue paper, clear sticky tape, a cutting board, a chef's knife, spatulas, wine glasses, stemless wine glasses or mugs, assorted teas, coffees, or hot cocoa packets, gourmet crackers, chips or pretzels, popcorn cheese grapes, apples or oranges. Depending upon your budget and the occasion, you can add or subtract items. Now let's get organizing. To begin, I laid out all of my items and sorted through them by color. Then I found the perfect cutting board to hold my goodies. If you don't have a cutting board, you can use a piece of cardboard or wood that you cut to the size of your basket. Once I had that all squared away, I then placed the items in the center of the cutting board and made sure that everything was nice and tight. This will ensure that everything stays in place while you are transporting the basket. Next, you will want to wrap the cutting board with newspaper or tissue paper. Here is where the clear sticky tape comes into play. Make sure to press down firmly so it does not unravel. Then place the wrapped cutting board in the center of the basket and surround it with additional torn pieces of newspaper or tissue paper. Fluff it up to make it look pretty. and fill in any gaps with the remaining newspaper or tissue paper. Place any larger items such as wine glasses or bottles of wine, champagne or hot cocoa around the outside edge of the basket. Go back and fill in any gaps with the remaining newspaper or tissue paper. Lastly, place a nice bow on top. Women's characters for this scene. We have 3 women in this scene. The first one is the culinary delights. She is a talented and passionate cook who loves experimenting with new recipes and flavors. She enjoys hosting dinner parties and impressing her guests with her culinary skills. The second one is the hostess with the mostest. She is a warm and gracious hostess who loves to entertain. She takes pride in her ability to make her guests feel welcome and comfortable. The third one is the wine enthusiast. She is a sophisticated and knowledgeable wine connoisseur who loves to explore different vineyards and wine regions. She enjoys sharing her passion for wine with others and has an extensive collection of wine-related books and accessories. And there you have it. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Flip This with Fifi. Please remember to comment below and let me know what type of womens you would add to each of these gift baskets. Also, if you are new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my videos. Until next time, stay happy and healthy.